Black Chaos.
You're good. Stand by.
You'll then be able to activate the ritual in the graveyard to add itself back to the hand. So we'll see multiple iterations of that Light and Darkness ritual being added back to the hand, whether that's through the Magician of Dark Chaos's effect or through the effect of itself in the graveyard.
Well, looks like we do have those Droll and Lockbirds around. I think everybody has different opinions about Droll and Lockbird in different formats. Is it really doing enough? Are you actually stopping your opponent? Do they have lines around Droll? But with so many different search-based decks, I don't think it's a bad call right now, but it's not going to be a game ender.
I'm not sure how it lines up against these ritual-based strategies due to the fact that Grifo works in the fashion that it does.
Because it sets.
It's just a risky inclusion. But we'll see here some of the standard plays. I will point out that he did hard draw the copy of Magician Souls. That's a card that you could theoretically search out, as we've commented on, through Dark Magician of Destruction, but he naturally drew that single copy of Magician Souls.
Magician Souls, pay cost.
So we are going to go ahead and drop the Ritual Light and Darkness, and it looks like an infinite permanence there, which is so much value because you could use the Ritual Light and Darkness to just bring it back, along with another monster that mentions that same name.
Thank you.
So it looks like he drew into a copy of Wanted, so now he's able to utilize that secondary engine that we spoke about. So we'll be able to see exactly why he's elected to not only incorporate, obviously, the Light and Darkness Ritual package within his deck. What exactly does the Dia Bellstar package do? And then he'll send down an Ash Blossom, summon that Dia Bellstar, the Black Witch that he just searched. This will now allow him to search out a copy of Deception, and due to the fact that he's going first, he doesn't have to worry about the Fallen and the Virtuous like we saw in that previous game.
And I will say, one of the things we may have not mentioned in our full masterclass on this deck is that so many pieces of your puzzle can be put back into the sort of sarcophagus in the sense that Skull Archfiend of Chaos can recycle cards to bring itself back, as long as it includes a Light and Darkness Ritual mentioned card. But that means if your opponent does disrupt you, like they did with the Fallen and the Virtuous card in the first duel, then you can just put it back and try again later.
Yep, and as I said, you could also disrupt what was sent to the graveyard through the effect of the Fallen and the Virtuous, which against a deck like Branded can be quite difficult to play through.
So we are grabbing an additional Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils out of the deck here. And it shows you that the spellcaster strategies have kind of delineated, right? We got Fairy Tale in the format. We've got this, sort of sequel to Dia Bellstar Interventure. She picked up some new friends now, of course. Skull Archfiend of Chaos included. Looks like we are going to use its effect, though, to special summon itself from the graveyard. The inclusion is going to be Grifo. Wanted.
Infinite Impermanence.
And Infinite Impermanence, I mean, feels pretty good. You could go ahead and draw that later.
Summon.
So now we're going to see a Link summon into Cross Sheep.
Okay.
The Magician's Soul will then turn into Relinquished
Cross Sheep.
Anima. That now triggers the Cross Sheep effect.
It does kind of feel like the old days with Dia Bellstar when you're just linking off random things into Relinquished Anima just to have a monster to special summon.
Thinking here.
Certainly yesteryear's gameplay.
So
Yes.
it looks like Aaron here has asked Martin to stop just for a moment for a point to think. I think there's a copy of Nibiru specifically in Aaron's hand.
Well, the Nibiru, the Primal Being, will not be tributing off the Magician of Dark Chaos, Black Chaos, because it's another one of those use cases, unaffected by your opponent's activated effects unless they target.
There is that suite of monsters that likely would have continued to serve as fodder for additional Link summons, so I still think it's a quite impactful copy of Nibiru.
Do you have any
It looks great.
I have no...
But it's true that this is very...
Activate.
Just squinched down, basically. The field is almost completely gone, and there's no further combos. So now we're in real Match of Millennium territory as the Grifo is discarded on Aaron's side of the field. Let's see what he can get done during his opponent's turn.
And now he can activate his own copy of Mind Shuffle.
Activate effect. That's fine.
So this is a really great sequencing here from Aaron. Allow Martin to invest the resources, and now he himself. We can see a similar sequence of plays. He's also going to search and then discard the Skull Archfiend of Chaos. That's then going to send down the Ritual, which will now allow him to search what looks like a Magician of Dark Chaos himself.
I think that's going to be the Extended Art Ultra Rare.
He's cycled both that and the Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Light and Darkness, to the front of his hit deck.
All right, which Mind Shuffle target is it going to be?
And it looks like he's elected to go with the Blackluster Soldier.
That makes sense because if you can get it to the field, of course, you can banish a card. And did you notice Nibiru the Primal Being is a level 7 or higher monster?
And the Blackluster Soldier does, in fact, target the card the opponent controls.
Okay. So if one more effect is activated by Martin, you can use that Mind Shuffle, pull the Nibiru back to the hand, use it later, but also have the Blackluster Soldier ready to banish a card. And we may be doing that right now.
Mind Shuffle.
This is literally a battle of light and darkness, although he is an Earth monster, an honorary Chaos monster.
Give me triggers. No current triggers. Effect targets.
So we are going to target, and with nothing to Mind Shuffle back, we have lost the Magician of Dark Chaos, but don't worry, you can actually use the Skull Archfiend Cast to bring that back. So again, these are going to be interesting grindy duels. I can't wait to see if any of these make it to the later stages of the top tables. They're going to have to watch out for that double loss, but in untimed format, this duel could go for 3 days.
Yeah, unfortunately for Martin, he didn't have the corresponding Blackluster Soldier himself to basically protect the Magician of Dark Chaos. If this is the first time you've really seen this deck in action, that's the loop, and that's very difficult to break. That even if you target one, you just rotate out for the other. Unfortunately, you do need both in order to perform that sequencing.
Well, looks like Martin still has some gas in the tank, though. We are going to go ahead and banish the Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils to place the Deception of Sinful Spoils back in the bottom of the deck and draw one new card. Let's see, how do the cards be with him? Ooh, not bad. Fallen and the Virtuous.
Yeah, see, the thing here, though...
Did he... Oh, I forgot which ritual we were looking at, but technically...
Yeah, this is the Blackluster Soldier. This does not provide the protection.
It's not providing, yeah. Had flashbacks. You're like, wait. No, that is absolutely correct.
Now, the Blackluster Soldier allows the inability for the opponent to attack over your monsters and destroy them by battle. So they both have different protection effects. Blackluster Soldier makes it such that he cannot be destroyed by battle, and then the Magician of Black Chaos makes it such that the spells and traps that you control cannot be destroyed or banished.
So this is going to be interesting here because looks like Aaron has just drawn Black Chaos. Depends on how he wants to use that. It's a very powerful monster in and of itself, which has even better immunity as long as the Light and Darkness Ritual is in the graveyard.
And he does, in fact, have, obviously, the Warrior Ritual monster on the field.
So we could shuffle that back into the deck in order to summon it with its own condition.
Well, it's on the field. It needs to either be in the hand or graveyard, but yeah, if it were to find its way into said location.
Which should be too hard. Technically, he could have even destroyed his own, but we're going to start with the Ilya Sylvia destroying that.
Right, that's always an effective way of moving your way through what would otherwise be a hard negation.
So back to the main phase. Let's take a look at the graveyard here. Skull Archfiend Cast, kind of a little threatening. You know that if your opponent gets to their next turn, they get to do a lot with that.
Activate.
Oh, so we're just going to discard the Black Chaos in order to put the Mind Shuffle face up from the deck. Do we have a Mind Shuffle to place? Ah, yes we do.
He definitely paused for a second.
He was like, do I have a second Mind Shuffle? Yes, I do, I'm fine.
Well, you can use from your graveyard as well.
Ah, that's right, that's right. I guess he was thinking maybe I'll just leave it in the graveyard so you can recycle, but looks like we are going to get the Ritual back, and what other monster do we choose? None other than Black Chaos.
Activate. That's fine.
So now we see a copy of Branded and High Spirits, and you can start to see some of the benefits to playing the Branded package. He's going to be able to utilize his Harmonia, send down a copy of Albion.
Harmonia is so good in this deck again. Level 7 or higher monster, you can go ahead and just pull it right back to your hand. That's what's so interesting about this, is these big high-level monsters. Obviously, Harmonia is still in the format, but Nibiru kind of pops in and out. It's even better in this deck.
So now he's searched out a copy of Fallen of the White Dragon.
Mind Shuffle. That's fine.
So we're going to go ahead and Mind Shuffle here, adding from the deck to the hand. He hasn't used that Celtic Mystic yet, but I don't think he needs to just draw a bunch and discard. So it looks like instead we'll... Ooh, really like the ultra rare of the extended Art Magician of Dark Chaos Black Chaos. It's just so like rich in color.
He's sending away that Nibiru. No need to have that Nibiru anymore. Nibiru has done its job. It's not fun. You get to use Nibiru, bring it back to your hand, and then shuffle it away for another, well, discard it away for another effect.
So it looks like we use the Magician of Dark Chaos Black Chaos to shuffle it away, put that back in the deck, and bring out Black Chaos. But I don't believe the Ritual's in the graveyard right now, is it?
That's fine.
I think he did return it back to his hand in order to put that Black Chaos, so unless he has another copy in his graveyard.
Which is not hard in this deck,
Yeah.
but looks like we're just going to, you know, non-target banish too. Seems fine. Now we get to see the Fall of the White Dragon. We will send, it looks like a Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon to the graveyard.
I mean, he might have a copy of the Ritual in the graveyard because that was an infinite impermanence, and Black Chaos only gets that protection effect while the Ritual is in the graveyard. If that Ritual is not in the graveyard, you do not apply the unaffected by your opponent's activated effects clause, so I would have to imagine you'd use infinite impermanence there.
I believe so. But that's it. Too many cards. So Aaron McInnes winning game 3 there. And Martin certainly showcasing his version of the strategy, but at least Aaron was able to clutch it out. It's a great deck, as you can see. But we'll get a lot of looks at it over the course of the tournament. It's not going to be the all Yugi show starring Yugi, but it is nice to kick things off on a round 2 here with a winning deck like this.
And again, Aaron, very successful player, multiple premier tops, so it's not surprising that he'd elect to bring it here this weekend. He actually spoke, I think it was to Billy specifically, and asked him, you know, I'm really confident in this deck choice this weekend. I'd love to be in the feature match area, so congrats to him.
Yeah, happy to cash that check, and he did the same too, winning that duel. I think that it's really, when we get later stage, now we've gotten to see what the mirror match looks like, you know, Yugi versus Yami, but I'm really curious to see as